But if let's say you were in Martinelli's shoes, right? Would you have done the same thing?
Of course, you're angry lah, bro. You're playing at home.
Yep.
The title race is on the line.
Yep.
It's like you only left with like 2-3 minutes. And if you suspect that the Liverpool player is trying to waste time, then of course you were definitely in the heat of the moment, right? You will want to react how he reacted, ma.
Everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Football Kaki. I'm your host, Elder, and I'm joined by my fellow Kaki bro, Paul. Paul, pardon the cookie behind me, but yes, there was a bit of a snackage.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Cookies, bro.
New Year's resolution.
New Year's resolution. Yes. It helped.
I'm all good, man. How are you,
man?
Yeah.
I'm okay. Had bak kut teh for lunch.
Song Fa.
Yeah, so
I think the best is still Song Fa.
Different, I think different.
Oh, shit is nice, but it's just expensive.
I think it's different for different people. Like it's dependent on whether you like a lot of pepper or you like the herbal taste one.
Herbal is the Malaysian one, right?
Yeah, I generally, okay, here's the thing. I like the bak kut teh with the taste of the bak kut with the pepper, but I don't like the soup.
Okay. I love the soup, man.
I'm not a huge pepper fan.
I think it's all good so far. I think how's your first week of the January?
Busy, other than the fact that there's no difference being a Man United fan before the year turn and after the year turn, we still drew. So the results don't matter anymore. It's just the same result. Regardless of manager. There's no difference. There's literally no difference.
I think that's the reality of it.
It's true. But since last week we didn't talk about where you went for holiday, right? So can you please enlighten people where you went for holiday? Ned said he went to Japan. You went to?
I went to Korea, bro. South Korea.
Which part of Korea?
Just the typical ones that people usually go to. I went to Seoul and Busan. It's actually quite fun because it was like my first time in Korea.
Okay. So did you take the train to Busan?
Yeah, I did. And then people were saying like, don't get bitten by a zombie. Yeah, but I think it's quite funny because I think the trains are similar, and then from what you see in the movie, right, it's the same. But all I can say is, right, it's like a mini Singapore there, bro, in Korea. Everywhere I go, right, it's like Singaporeans. So
the thing is that when you really look at it and calculate, technically there is actually it's the same because Singapore is not suburban, it's a more urban city. Right?
Yep.
I think Korea also is similar unless you go into the village areas or the surrounding areas.
Or you really into their kind of shopping. But to be honest, right, personally, if I were to choose again, I would just go back to Japan. Like, again, yeah.
Different story, different culture. Certain people prefer Japan, certain people prefer Korea. But
no, I want to ask you, right, bro. When was the last time you actually went on a holiday, bro? I think it's like the last time you told me was before COVID, right?
Yeah, before COVID, about 2019.
That's insane, bro. You deserve to go somewhere.
No time, bro. Too much work. And then also because
there's something called applying leave.
Yeah, no, applying leave, but I don't really want to spend money.
Okay.
I spend money on other nonsense. Yeah. I need to go and settle. So, but okay lah. I see how it goes. Maybe this year I might go. This year I might not. If I'm going, right, I'm gonna give you a call. Whether you go or not, that one entirely up to you.
Okay.
So
you can say something, bro. I think we can make it happen.
Can. But I will say this, in terms of football, right? Wow, bro, nobody took advantage of anything.
Oh yeah, I think
like nobody, bro. Like, can you imagine, right? Like, okay,
Man U, Arsenal, Liverpool drew.
Yep.
City drew.
Aston Villa drew.
Chelsea lost. And Chelsea lost. Right?
If both Villa and City won, right, it'll be a 1 point title race already. But now because they draw, right, it's all back to it's still at 3 points.
Yeah, so I think the biggest one was City lah. Okay, they drew 3 games in a row, which is quite insane.
Correct.
Like considering that they were already closing the gap to Arsenal, and even at one point that game week they played first, right? So they even jumped ahead to be first.
Yeah.
But out of a sudden, out of 5 games, you draw 3, and then like the fact that Arsenal dropped points against Liverpool, you don't capitalize. Is it intentionally, or do you think there's something?
Bro, I don't know lah. Like we'll get into it, right? But just to know that I don't think it's intentionally because City beat Exeter City 10-1.
Yep, and their new signing score, right? Antoine Semenyo. Right?
Basically, that's a FIFA game score in the FA Cup. So I think, right, like let's just talk about a few things. So one, let's talk about the title race. Essentially, basically everybody dropped points. There was a big upset inside the FA Cup, and then there's issues in the other side of North London with the manager and the players. That one is there's a bit of a saga lah. So we'll get into that in our what's going on. So, bro, shall we get into it today? Match of the week is, of course, Man City versus Man United.
Oh, wow.
Yep. That one is match of the week, bro. Because it's win and keep close to the title race. For the other one is win and then maybe prove that you maybe didn't need Emery at all.
Lose and then you just made the worst decision.
You just made the worst decision of your life. So there's a lot of things that hang.
So lose, right? And then back to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer vibes, right?
Yep. Well, technically Ole is in talks to become interim manager again. So we are literally back to square one. Literally and figuratively. I don't understand. And by the way, side note, right, to everybody, right? Brentford has pipped Manchester United, Newcastle, and Chelsea to 5th place.
They did?
Brentford is 5th. Think about this, right? If we lose one more game, right, and Everton and Brighton win, we can drop as far as 11th.
And then we are back to what we were last year.
Yes.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I'm so... Okay, I totally did not see the news that Brentford became 5th.
Bro, don't worry. Nobody really saw it.
Brentford and Newcastle leaped us.
Okay, so currently, right, 4th to 9th. Okay, basically 4th to 9th, right, it's only a 4-point gap. So Liverpool is 4th, Fulham is 9, then 10 is Sunderland, right? The gap is only 5 points between 4th and 10. So currently is Liverpool 4th, Brentford 5th, Newcastle 6th, United 7, Chelsea 8, Fulham 9, Sunderland 10. And then Sunderland, Brighton, Everton is 29 points. So we are only 3 points ahead of 12th place. Good job, Manchester United. Good job. Very good job.
King Emery when he was 2 points away from top 4, right?
Yes. Very, very, very well done. Very good job. But let's move on, right, to something else. Right? Because at 14th place, Tottenham Hotspur is currently in a bit of show, right? So, bro, shall we do what's going on?
Let's do it, man.
Okay, so the what's going on, right, if I'm not mistaken, right, Paul, is Tottenham Hotspur, right?
Yes, Tottenham Hotspur.
Now, before we get into today's episode, a special word from our sponsor.
Once again, we would like to thank our friends at SGWatchHub for sponsoring this episode. SGWatchHub is Singapore's one-stop platform for all things watches. Whether you're buying, selling, or just passionate about timepieces, SGWatchHub connects you with sellers, retailers, and fellow collectors all in one place. And it's more than just a marketplace. They also bring together trusted watch services like repairs, polishing, strap replacements, protective films, watch winders, and authentication, so your watches is always well taken care of. They work with amazing brand partners too, including Jack Turner, a US-based watch brand known for clean, modern designs and quality materials. As part of an upcoming giveaway facilitated by SGWatchHub, one lucky winner will walk away with a Jack Turner Black PVD Maverick Pilot Field watch, a versatile, everyday watch built for both style and function. If you'd like to take part in the giveaway, all you've got to do is follow the instructions in our pin reel on Instagram. If you love watches like we do, head over to SGWatchHub, your one-stop platform for all things watches in Singapore. A big thank you to SGWatchHub for sponsoring this episode.
And now, back to the episode.
What's going on at Tottenham Hotspur?
Yes, currently Spurs sit at 14th place with 27 points, 5 points behind 6th place and 6 points behind 5th place. So they are technically not really very far off, right? But the thing is that it doesn't really matter because there's so much tension behind the scenes. So I think the focal point that Paul you want to talk about was Thomas Frank, right? So what were your thoughts on Thomas Frank that you wanted to share?
I think, right, bro, given that they're run in the EPL now, I think in the last 5 games, right, they only won 1 game. And then they are sitting in a comfortable 14th place. What exactly is going on with him? And then what exactly is the difference between sacking Amorim and Maresca and keeping Thomas Frank at Spurs? What is their direction they are heading? Because you can't say performance-wise he's better than both of them because he's like almost 9 places behind both teams. And out of a sudden, they don't seem like a team that is like going to do well in the league. Okay, maybe their only saving grace is that they're still in the Champions League. Yeah, they just literally lost the FA Cup to Aston Villa today. So they are essentially only in 2 competitions, bro.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
So what is going on with Spurs?
No, okay, I don't know. Are they... Okay, my question from watching this whole saga is, are the players upset with Thomas Frank? Are the players upset with Spurs management? Because remember, Daniel Levy is not there anymore.
Yeah.
So there's a change in like the hierarchy of the club, the management hierarchy of the club. Is the issue with the manager? Is the issue with the club? Because Romero spoke up publicly.
He's the captain, right?
Yeah, he's the captain. He spoke up publicly against the management, right? There's been tension between Van der Ven and Thomas Frank also, right? And Romero and Thomas Frank also, right? So my question is that like you say also lah, what is the difference between keeping him? Because if let's say you were to compare something that is borderline the different, also similar, right? Like Eddie Howe is 6, right? 9 losses, 5 9 wins, 5 losses, 7 9 wins, 5 draws, 7 losses. He's lost more games than both Amorim and Maresca this season. But yet he still has a job. And Thomas Frank has lost more games than Eddie Howe and a lot more than both Emery and Maresca, and he still has a job. So Newcastle, I can understand, because Newcastle, I think they've already built the foundations already. They lost their star players. They're still kind of doing their thing, and they're still punching above their weight, which is fine. But Spurs have fallen so far back, and Chelsea and United have technically improved in comparison, or at least like maintaining their posture for Chelsea. But what's this carousel? I don't understand.
I have no clue, bro. That's why I'm asking you. And I want to discuss, like, are they a team that, or is it he's only saving grace as he's still in the Champions League?
Probably.
What if they sack him and then they take Amorim?
Hey, honestly, right?
It's not bad.
It's not a bad thing, because to be frank, I feel that Spurs and Man United, right? The equivalency is about similar. The management is still also
got good wing backs.
Spurs got good wing backs. Yes.
Yeah.
I think Spurs has a better system overall in comparison to Man United.
Yeah, it's just that they're not generating the results that they are supposed to be, right?
Correct.
And their players are not bad there, bro. They have like Xavi Simons, João Palhinha.
Yeah.
You know? Their strikers, they have Solanke, Matthias Steele, Richarlison, Paolo Muani. Their defenders is also not too bad. Romero Van der
Ven ma. So
yeah.
they're not horrible. But I don't understand why they're 14.
Or is it just a simple thing to say that Spurs is being Spurs?
Yeah, that's essentially it. No, like Spurs will be Spurs.
But no matter how you want to change.
Correct. But the thing is that Spurs still won the Europa League last year. But they did it without a thing already.
To Man United that thought they won it from the start already, right?
I know. But we are in a different situation right now, right? Spurs, I think they are about similar standing. Because not forget, last year they were about the same standing.
You know, for both teams, it was really the Europa final that it was
Correct.
the do or die, right?
So my question now, right, is Spurs were 17th last year.
Yep.
Are the fact that maybe because they are 14 now and they're only 11 points close, they're only shortage of 11 points compared to the point tally, is that their saving grace? Are they having club relegation mentality to survive relegation rather than trying to win big?
Or is it a power struggle at the club?
I got no idea, bro.
Yeah, I wish we had like Spurs fans input, right? What do you think exactly is going wrong with your club? You can't say you don't have the players, no. I'm pretty sure your players, you don't have like an injury crisis like maybe even Man U or even Arsenal or Liverpool, you know? Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, like defense, the core of the team is like so strong and like has been consistent for so long. It's just that you're not generating the results that you all should be like fighting for top 6, top 7, Correct. Top 8, you know? Yeah, not even the top 10. Yeah.
Correct. So essentially what this does, right, is you are facing a situation whereby you kind of don't really know where exactly they stand. So is it a Thomas Frank issue? Is it a management problem? Because Postecoglou also had the same problem with the same bunch of players. I
don't know, bro. The management market is a bit weird now. It must be nice to have a stable manager.
Yep. No, bro.
Stable management. Right.
Yeah. But the problem is that now at Spurs is stable manager, unstable management. So yeah. We shall see what happens. Spurs will be Spurs. Or will Spurs actually get out of this? Because honestly, right, if one of the other clubs just break up, from 14 they can jump to 10.
Yep.
So essentially anything could really happen in the small space of time. So with that, let's move on to the title race.
And we're going to take a quick break in the podcast to thank our friends at City Music, one of Singapore's true pioneer in the music space. City Music has long been known as a go-to destination for musical instruments, but they've also been making big headway in audio and video equipment, especially for creators and podcasters. From guitars and pianos to audio interfaces, microphones, and even video recording equipment, City Music is true one-stop shop for everything music and content creation related, with options for every budget.
In fact, the audio you're hearing right now is recorded using the Zoom ZD-M1 mic, an amazing broadcast style microphone that delivers professional quality sound on par with other big name podcast mics, but at nearly half the price. It's proof that you don't have to overspend to sound great. We're excited to share that we are again partnering with City Music for an awesome giveaway. One lucky winner will walk away with a Samsung satellite desktop broadcast microphone. It's the perfect plug and record podcast mic that you can get directly from City Music. All you need to do to take part is to follow the instructions in our bio. Once again, a huge thank you to our friends at City Music, not just for this awesome giveaway, but for being a pioneer in the music space and for making sure creators, musicians, and podcasters always have the right equipment for whatever budget and setup they want. City Music, powering your sound, your music, and your content.
Arsenal drew with Liverpool. Arsenal could have lost because of the crossbar. But there was one incident, right? I think it was
Conor Bradley, yeah.
Conor Bradley and Martinelli, right? I think the incident, what was the incident? Martinelli pushed Conor Bradley when he was on the ground.
I think Conor Bradley was running down the byline, and then he out of nowhere like suddenly stopped because like he was grabbing his knee or something like that. And then he was close to the touchline, right? But then in a way he also knew that if he went off, they could have restarted the play without him.
Yep.
So in a way, he like sort of crawled his way back onto the pitch,
Yeah.
But then Martinelli saw it, so he decided to give him a push. And then it turns out this Conor Bradley had quite a serious injury. I think in the moment it was they were accusing Martinelli of like the lack of empathy, like a fellow professional athlete is down injured, but you choose to accuse him of like play diving or like using dirty antics to stall the game, lah.
Yeah, but okay, to be fair, play acting is more commonplace now in football. It happens more regularly, more regular thing, right? But if let's say you were in Martinelli's shoes, right? Would you have done the same thing?
Of course, you're angry, lah, bro. You're playing at home.
Yep.
The title race is on the line.
Yep.
It's like you only left with like 2-3 minutes, and if you suspect that the Liverpool player is trying to waste time, then of course you were definitely in the heat of the moment, right? You will want to react how he reacted, ma. Unfortunately, Conor Bradley was really seriously injured. If he wasn't, right, and then Martinelli had all the right to accuse him of like play acting.
Yeah, but also in Martinelli's defense, right, he probably also wouldn't know that Conor Bradley was that seriously injured also. Because it's at the heat of the moment, he was doing anything.
From what Martinelli saw, right, it was that this Bradley is trying to crawl back onto the pit. Yeah, and everyone knows that it's just an antique for time wasting.
Yeah, correct. So if you're in Martinelli's shoes, you'll be like, hey, come on now, I'm trying to get the win here. Why are you going and try to do this? Right? It's like just emotional. It's an emotional reaction at that particular point in time, right? But I don't know, like as much as Conor Bradley was seriously injured, right? Should he have just stayed off the pitch or should he have just crawl back in?
It's a mixture of two, lah. Okay, yes, he was seriously injured, but at the same time, he still wants to help his team. You don't if you're already injured, but you don't want to sabo your team.
Yep.
So what's the next logical thing you can do? You can stop the play, lah, right? If you went off, right, they probably have restarted the play already. Yeah,
correct.
Yeah, and then who knows what will unfold, lah. But if I'm injured, I would want someone to come and attend to me. and the fastest way to do it is to make sure you're down injured on the pitch.
Yep, that's true. But I mean, aside from that, right, I think we can say that maybe it just blown out of proportion, the actual incident, because I do think that at the end of the day, it's competition. Your emotions are high. It's like your adrenaline is high, your emotions are high. You're trying to win, your competitive juices are flowing, right? Sometimes you also know, like, when you play in competition, empathy goes out the window. Like, it's just subconsciously, empathy just goes out the window, right? But let's move on to the match itself, right? Arsenal still struggle to score.
Yep.
Liverpool defended quite okay, right? But Arsenal's defense nearly conceded a horrendous mistake.
Yes.
The Gabriel to Raya, and then was it Conor Bradley that hit the bar?
I think it was Conor Bradley. I can't remember who. Yeah, but it was they almost made a mess of it, right?
Yeah, correct. And then there were 2 penalty shots. Frimpong, Words. Were both of them penalties or not, bro? Or was it hard for you to justify?
Yeah, a bit hard for me to see, lah. But I don't think so, lah. Okay, I think given the magnitude of the game, right?
Like,
I don't know. What do you think?
Okay, the Frimpong one, I can say probably not, because probably to me it looked like his foot got caught in the ground. Then this is what I think. The Words one maybe got chance, because the Words one nobody played the ball.
Yeah,
but it's just that if you see, I think maybe the body direction, and they did put VAR. VAR basically ruled the Words clash, right, to Gabriel, right? They just said that it's not a penalty, lah. But for me, the way I look at it is that the moment they collided with one another, right, it could go either way because of Wirtz' body position. Wirtz was leading forward. Ma.
Yeah.
So if
and
let's
then
say,
VAR usually will just back the referee's on-field decision.
correct, most of the time. Because they're trying not to override the referee, even though
correct.
most of us all know that.
If he caught penalty, right, and they use VAR, then they'll probably give it.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, they try to maybe 60-40, 60% is referee's call.
Yeah.
40% will be the VAR.
Unless it's blatantly obvious.
Yep.
Like
the Kyle Walker storm on Dogu, bro. That one.
Yeah, that one should have been a red card.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would have made them big of an impact on the match. So to me, that's just...
No, it's not that. It's just consistent VAR callings,
Correct. But it's also because Dogu...
Bro, it was Casemiro, how, bro?
Yeah, but it's also because Dogu didn't react.
No, yeah, exactly. So should Dogu have reacted? I think if I was him, I'd just roll on the floor, sir.
Yeah, I agree.
You blatantly storm on my leg. Eh? Or what if it was Dogu storm on Walker?
Oh, bro, Dogu storm on Walker immediately VAR check already, then Dogu sent off. 100%.
100%.
Confirm. But
yeah, but I think nevertheless the Arsenal game was quite a you can tell both teams didn't want to lose,
Yep.
Yeah, and then I think players like SG, right, bro, I think struggling, Arteta has been shouting at him countless times. I think he's not responding to the instructions very well. That's why he's coming off the bench. He's only playing 12 minutes. He's not really starting now that Odegaard is back.
I mean, you think about it, right? Like for Eze, it was a big fish in a small pond. Now you're going.
Unless he could do whatever he wants, right?
Yeah. Now you are a fish in a bigger pond.
You're a small fish in a.
I won't say small. I think you're just a fish in a bigger pond. There are people that are ahead of you. Definitely, if let's say you're talking about club hierarchy, right? In terms of players, Gabriel Saliba, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, they're probably going to be ahead of you either way. Also, even let's say Calafiori and Jordan Timber, they're going to be ahead of you anyway, hierarchy. So no matter what you do, right, it's not going to really do much for you if you don't listen to instructions. Because you haven't earned the top dog title yet, ma. And if you put in a 30-goal season, then nobody can actually say anything to you, lah.
Yeah, I agree, bro.
It is what it is, lah. So, yeah. So Arsenal dropped points against Liverpool, but it didn't do any good, right? Because Man City also dropped points. Man City dropped points to Brighton. Bro, they dropped points
3 games in a row.
3 games in a row, eh. They could easily leapfrog Arsenal in this period. Eh.
In this title race, right? Yeah. Or is it? Do you think it's like a Pep Guardiola kind of thing that he don't want to take the lead early? You know how it is, right? He rather come back stronger in the the last.
I don't think so, eh. Because to me,
it's not like the last time, right?
It's not okay because if let's say for example they draw 3, right, 6 points, eh. That 6 points could have put them level on points with Arsenal, and then they would have been further away from Villa already.
Okay, honestly, the previous game, the Chelsea one, they let in a very foolish goal at the last.
They should have scored. They should have won that game.
No, they should have just won that game. Yeah, correct. And then Haaland hit the post, right? Yeah, the previous game. So I think it's a mixture of bad luck, but also how do I say, in a way they are not as dominant as before, as we could tell. Yep. And then the Phil Foden's purple patch lasted 3-4 games.
Yeah, then he just.
And now he went
Hey, we gotta stop this. Every single time we say something could happen, right? Then end up the opposite happens.
Yeah, so we should say something like, "Oh, Arsenal should win the league." Then you will just stop. No, then
which we already said already, what?
Yeah, we picked them to win, right?
We picked them to win already, but I mean, bro, it don't make sense. They dropped 6 points. These 6 points could have put them in
prime position, right?
Prime position. And because of this, right, their goal difference is the same as Arsenal now. Yep. But had they won those 3 games, they would have been clear of Arsenal on goal difference. At least minimum plus 3.
There's no excuse there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because Rodri is back already.
Yep.
Yeah, Rodri is back, Gonzalez is back. They're playing Silva, Reinders, Foden, Doku, Jeremy Doku, and Haaland. Okay, the only defense they have, right, that I can give them is that all their defenders are injured.
But the thing is that they're not playing badly, right?
Yeah, so they're playing Kusanov and this kid called Elin as centre back, because Diaz, Stones and Givardio is injured.
Correct. But I will say this, they only considered 2 goals in the last 3 games. But the problem is that they only scored 2. So also it's
they
technically
should be scoring more, right? Yeah.
They should be scoring more, and they conceding 2 goals in 3 games is not horrible.
Yeah.
So
they're just not winning.
They're just not winning the games.
Win the games, yeah.
They're just not winning the games, right? Or they're having lapses in concentration at the wrong time. So basically, because of this, right, you end up in a situation where you faltered. Yeah. And if let's say they lose the title at the end of the season, right, it could be because of these 3 games. because the gap is 6 points, right? So because of this, like, the 6 point gap you lost is
Well, they'll
really
be lucky.
down to
They'll be
this
lucky Arsenal didn't win. If not, it'll be 8 points.
Bro, if Arsenal won, right, it'll be like 8.
8 points, yeah. I mean, not impossible for a team like Man City to come back from it. It's just that preferably don't want an 8 point gap, lah. You know.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. But then they played Brighton. Brighton's also not in great position right now. Any thoughts on the match?
Yeah, no, wasted chances.
It's like I don't know. Maybe it might be a bit difficult for me to talk about the match itself because now is the title race. It's just wasted opportunities only.
Yeah, it's just see who can waste lesser chances. No?
Correct. So now you move to Aston Villa. Aston Villa draw also.
Oh wow, yeah. Okay lah. Considering the run that I think, to be honest, right, they are already overperforming.
Yeah, they drew to Villa, which had they won, they would have had a chance. They would have leapfrogged Man City into second.
Yep. As in, what do you mean drew with Villa? They drew with
they drew with
Crystal
Villa.
Palace.
Oh yeah, they drew with Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Villa drew with Crystal Palace.
Villa drew with Crystal Palace. So Villa drew with Crystal Palace, right? If they had won that game, right, they would have leapfrogged City by 2 points. And the gap to the top would have been 4. So they lost to Arsenal.
Yeah, that one was quite like a thrashing style, you know.
Correct. So had they not wasted the opportunity, maybe they had gotten a point and they beat Crystal Palace, right? The title race looks a lot different.
Yeah. No, I think that they are just helping the league to make it exciting, I feel.
Yep.
And it's good that they are in that position because 43, right, apart from that, Liverpool and the rest are nowhere near, you know.
Liverpool is 8 points behind them.
Yeah.
Then Brentford is 10. So there's no
So it's really a 3-horse race in the front. Or it could be a 1 and then the 2 is like slowly catching them, you know.
But at the end of the day, it's still automatic qualification for Champions League.
Yeah. Good, which is good. There have been a lot of talks, right? They're saying like, should Villa back Emery now in this January window to give him what he wants, right? To at least make the last 3-4 months push for the title.
I would. I think they should.
Given the circumstance, right?
Yeah, given the circumstances, right? Because you never know when they're going to be primed to do this type of thing. The way I see it, right, is the goal difference is not going to matter. What matters for Villa is points.
You need wins, yeah.
You need wins. So now, to me, right, because their ratio is exactly identical, so it's 13-4-4. So 13 wins, 4 draws, 4 losses, right? It's the exact same as Man City. And the only reason why Arsenal are higher, right, is literally because they want to.
And they beat like Villa, you know, that kind of.
Correct. Essentially, right, that's basically it. So who's not going to throw that? You're going to throw the ball in the head, right? That in the next 17 games, Arsenal's not going to drop points. City's not going to drop points. The point is that who's going to get more 3 points over the next 17 games than the other two?
Yeah. And the fact that I think Watkins and Rodgers are like firing quite well, you know.
Yeah, bro.
John McGinn also. Yeah. So
Correct.
I think if there's something you can reinforce or strengthen, right, I think it'll be like another like strong winger. Yeah. I mean, last year they had Rashford, but then they weren't performing as well as they were this year.
Yeah.
And then they have Sancho, but he's not doing much there also.
No, not really. But like, if you think about it, if Villa win the league, then Arsenal, sadly,
they will have come in second to another unexpected team.
Yep, correct. But we shall see. I really do believe that if, let's say, Villa want to have a chance at this, because honestly, the way things are going, they really do have a chance.
Yeah.
Because
it's over. Plus, they're so close.
Huh?
They're quite close.
No, they're only 6 points away. And considering the fact, right, that Arsenal's got to play United, they got to play City.
They're going to walk the floor.
They're going to walk all the teams, right? But just that, the thing is that they've still got to play some of the bigger clubs a second time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So there's still points to be gained.
Right?
Yeah, there's still points to be gained. So no matter what, right, like if you're Villa, right, why not just give it a push? Just throw everything you have. Just to get...
And then see where you end up, right?
Correct, like get a loan from another club, do whatever you got to do, right? Just to see where you end up. I mean, second place is not a bad finish. First place is a miracle, but at least you tried. The only thing that you probably will regret is not giving a shot.
I agree, bro. I agree.
Yeah. I think let's move on to Man City and Man United, right? This match of the week, let's say hi to 11, bro.
Sorry?
Let's say hi to 11th place.
Yeah, and it's not. We have to forget. We can't forget that it's not Amorim taking this Man United anymore. So
it's Darren Fletcher.
It's Darren Fletcher. We're gonna lose 6.
Bro, there was no difference in the way that we played, other than the fact that Sesko had 7 shots in this game.
Does it help? It's because the formation was like a 4-2-3-1, and they were playing Bruno in his natural position.
No, I tell you, right. You need Sesko, right, will do well if it's a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. He needs a
and,
cam.
and Bruno playing cam, right?
Yes, he needs a playmaker. You see, he needs a playmaker, right? And the best part, right, is you see what happens when you cross the ball to Benjamin Sesko.
Directly, right?
Directly, you get a goal.
You get chances, right?
You get chances. And it was both goals are clinical finishes. And both his first time.
And it's direct ball, right?
And it's direct ball. So he has that in his locker. So maybe the system was hindering Emery, right? Because maybe there's a chance, right, that even though Emery got Sesko, Emery didn't want Sesko, Emery wanted Watkins.
Yep.
Maybe there's that belief, right? But the thing is that we don't know who's going to be the Man United manager.
For now, just do what works for the players, right?
Correct. Because maybe I don't know who's going to be interim. Probably maybe the City game is Darren Fletcher's last game as Man United manager.
Could be, yeah.
So we don't really know what's going to happen, right? But, bruh, if there's a game for City to come back, right, it's this one.
Oh, yeah, bro. What? Foden and Haaland is going to get hat-tricks.
Bro, 6-0.
6-0, yeah.
6-0.
That year, right, it was like, 6-0, then both of them had hat-tricks, right?
Correct. 6-0, right? And Arsenal are going to play Nottingham Forest. So, y'all better. So, City technically need to win.
Yeah. It's at the Etihad, right?
It's at the Etihad.
Good luck, bro. Good luck.
Saturday
evening, right?
Saturday evening, I don't know, man. For all Man United fans out there, let's just be mentally prepared. And also be mentally prepared that tonight, when we're recording this on a Sunday, right, we could get knocked out of the FA Cup.
Against Brighton.
So, I know what's, bro. Have we already made our prediction already?
For the Man City? Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah, we're going to lose. For
okay,
sure.
So I'm just going to put this prediction, right, is that Man United, Man City, prediction between Paul and Mike is Man City 6, Man United 0.
And that's like flattering already,
Yes, correct.
You could lose in a much more manner.
Yeah, bro. But I think before we wrap up, just some updates, right? AFCON has already reached the semi-finals. So
it was Egypt and who?
Egypt and Senegal. Senegal, then Morocco and Nigeria.
Oh wow! So we get Mbemo back next week,
and we get Ahmad back.
Okay, that's the glimmer of hope for us.
Yep. Yeah, but Chukwueze has another meme video again, complaining about about the food getting cold because the manager keeps doing an interview.
That's funny.
Then he say, "You are the man. Next time I do the interview, then I become man of the match." Hey, but side note, right? The big upset in the FA Cup, Maxfield Town has beaten Crystal Palace. The reigning FA Cup holders are out.
So we have a new champion this year.
Yes, bro. And you know who was on the team? No, not Maxfield Town. I can't remember. Cameron Borthwick-Jackson.
Oh wow.
Yes, bro.
The left back.
Yes.
Borthwick
the one you and your brother always make fun of.
He was actually not bad. His left foot cross was not bad, right?
Yes.
The assist to Lingard, right?
Correct, bro. So, yes, Pino scored in the 90th minute, right? But they were already Macclesfield were already 2-0 already.
Yep.
So, yes, there will be new FA Cup winners this year. Let's see who it is. Okay, bro. You got anything else there before we close off?
I'm good, brother.
Alright, so that is it for this week's episode of the Football Kaki. Alright, so that is it for this week's episode of the Football Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Podcast Network. Now, for those of you who are tuning in, we just want to say thank you, and we hope that you continue to watch our other shows, which are the Copy Bros every Monday, where we have some fun interviews lined up for you. And if you do like the news in a different light, we do have the Lao Tiao's podcast every Friday, where we come together and talk about news in a fun and unique way. So with that, and for every other Man United fan, right, good luck this coming Saturday. Let's just pray for the best. Before you go, Paul, you got anything else to add?
I think enjoy the week, and we're back in the full swing of things.
Yes, we're back in the full swing of things, and let's take a look at where the title race goes this year. So with that, have a good week ahead. See you soon. For those who are supporting the African countries, right, for AFCON, have a good luck. I'm kind of rooting for Egypt. Maybe Mo Salah gets an international trophy again.
Mo Salah.
See, let's see how it goes. Alright, so with that, have a good week ahead. See you soon. Bye-bye.